Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion and the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you'll find a description of the day's astrology as I've spelled it out here. Here I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I will play another card that, in the context of the day's astrology, may just give us something more to think about. So, let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Five of Swords, and it is here because it corresponds in astrology with the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit here in the land of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is an air sign, and swords in tarot are air element symbolism, and air element symbolism is about the rationale, the intellect, the speed of thought, sort of the things that enter our mind, the plans that we make, and the way we communicate with other people as well. And so we come to the Five of Swords, and we see somebody feeling pretty victorious here, okay? And it's possible, it looks like they've been in a little bit of a scuffle with these other people and come out victorious. I don't know how there are three people in this picture but five swords, but somebody's holding most of the swords, and then, there are a couple of dejected looking people there, and this person with the wind in their hair smiling, yes, I've won again, right? So this is a card that speaks to sort of unbridled ambition, right? The kind of winning at all costs attitude, that we sometimes happens to us as human beings. I think that we can all say we've been there at one time or another, where we felt we knew our subject so well, or we felt we knew exactly what to say. We had all the best words, and we had all the best arguments, right? And fantastic arguments. And so, when people come to share their ideas with us, or when people come to collaborate with us, we kind of sort of shoot them down, and, because it's our way or the highway, or we know best, and so things should just be going our way, right? And so, there's a victory in this, and it feels good to be able to feel like the smartest person in the room, or the person who outplanned everybody else, or there's a little sneakiness about this, sort of waiting for people to approach you before you strike out at them, or even striking out at people when they weren't suspecting that you would, right? So the problem being that it feels good to win arguments, or it feels good to make sharp points with people, but it actually tends to alienate them and cause resentment. And so let's not do that with people that we want to keep close, all right? And that doesn't just go for our home life, our feeling life, how it feels to be us, the people we keep close. That goes for the outer life too, your work, social, and civic spheres. Okay, if you're the person who can out-debate any debater, if you're the person who can outmatch any strategist, if you're the person who cannot be beat at any of the reindeer games that smart reindeers play, right? Then eventually people aren't going to want to play with you, and that's the simple truth. It's called being a sore winner, right? And so the consequence of sort of being able to beat everybody at the game you like to play is that eventually you don't have anybody to play with. And keeping that in mind, I'm going to turn this card over. Well, it's been a little bit of a minute since we had the Ace of Wands, so I'm not completely bowled over to see it here. The Ace of Wands, okay, so wands are fire element symbolism. Fire element symbolism is about our drive, our spark, our active, assertive self, our desire to make progress, to move forward. Whatever feeling it is that you have, restlessness, or even impatience, anger, excitement, joy, fear, even. These are the things that sort of put us in motion, and it's the going for it, it's the getting in, it's the taking action, it's the getting in motion that the wands are about. Okay, so Ace of Wands is generally seen as just a great big thumbs up. Like if you have the drive, you have the passion, you have the spark to do this thing that you want to do, to achieve this end you would like to achieve, it's all yours. Go for it, have at it. Right? It's a go ahead. It doesn't guarantee a great outcome, but it says you've got a good start on it. And and to take inspiration and to run with it, like literally. Like when something that inspires you comes up, when an opportunity that inspires you, that makes you feel as though you could just jump up and run around with excitement, right? Grab the baton and run with it. Okay, so where do we see this on the page? Well, the sun and moon are trine today, and I might have talked about this a couple days ago. The sun and moon are trine right now. They're culminating that trine. It will culminate, I believe, sort of the end of this week. But this is a really positive vibe. Sun and keep saying moon, but it's Mars. Sun and Mars are trine. It's a very positive vibe. Sun and Mars get along very well. It's all very fiery. Okay, the sun is a very fiery influence. Mars is a very fiery influence. The sun is about kind of your ambitions in the world, like what it is that you're here to do, your soul's purpose, your sense of purpose in the world. And Mars is about making achievement. It's about achieving conquest. It's about sort of stacking the trophies up on the shelf, right? So as you go, and then just keep going. And so the sun trine to Mars, like this is just a great time to be taking action on something that you already feel really ambitious about. We may have started off the year in a kind of slow way because Mars and Mercury were retrograde, Uranus was retrograde. Now all of these planets are moving direct. Okay, there isn't a single retrograde planet in our skies at this time, and so this is really the time to be taking action on that stuff that you want to get done, on the work you're doing in the world. Okay, whatever it is that you are pursuing, not only for your own benefit, but for sort of like the benefit of others, and really just for the benefit of everybody's uplift, right? Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius. Now's the time to do it, and that's going to be through negotiation and planning. Gemini and Aquarius, okay, both air signs. That's why they're working so well together. We're establishing plans, and we are dispersing information with our actions. Okay, so that said, also Jupiter is sextile to both of these planets, and Jupiter is our planet for good fortune. It's for personal expansion. It's about how we interact with the world, how we go out into the world, and how we grow by interacting with the world, right? How we set ourselves up for success with higher education, with more traveling around, having bigger, better, badder, more more fun, or just more exciting, or more enlightening experiences, right? More being the operative word for Jupiter. You want more money, you want to do you want to do bigger business, you want to have bigger, nicer things for yourself, you want to do and have bigger, nicer things in this world. That's what Jupiter is about. It's there to help you figure out how to get there. It's there to sort of like as a rope, as a lasso, to sort of pull you toward your goals. Okay, so sextile, that's very positive, generative, working vibe. Jupiter is working with the sun trine the moon, our ability to take action on what it is that we kind of need to pursue in the world. And Jupiter's lending a helping hand, a good fortune, saying yes, let's send you some sort of knowledge or understanding or education that upgrades your ability to act. Let's send you some ideas, or send you some support that upgrades your ability to act at this time. So very auspicious, very take the wand, take the baton and run with it kind of vibe. And I find it rather exciting when the sun is trine to the moon, or anytime the sun to Mars, or anytime the sun is in a positive aspect to Mars. They get along so well, and it's just a time to not worry so much about how rowdy we are, and just take action, right? So with that said, there's rowdy, and then there's rowdy. We'll put the Ace of Wands together with the Five of Swords, right? if you are the person in the foreground in the Five of Swords, then you are the person who makes the sneak attack. You're the person who cuts people down unceremoniously, who doesn't allow them to collaborate. And by not allowing others to collaborate, that makes you the bad team player, right? If you are that person and you've got the Ace of Wands, you know, I mean, you've really got this thing that says run with it, okay? Because this person seems to be saying, you know what, I don't need you all. I can manage all of these ideas and plans on my own. And the Ace of Wands is saying, if that's what you want, then go for it. Okay, go for it. You probably will wind up having to do everything on your own. You probably will wind up having to become an expert in some things that you didn't know you'd have to be an expert in, right? But you know, if you aren't into collaborating, if you feel that you're not capable of collaborating well with others, then you know, that shouldn't stop you from making progress. You know, but just remember also that you can stop being the person who nobody can compete with at any time if you want to start collecting collaborators to help you on your path, right? If you are one of the people in this card that is dejected because somebody has made a sneak attack or somebody has sort of dominated you in a conversation, or you know, dominated the plans of something you thought you'd be involved in, and now you're thinking, oh, maybe that whole plan is just not for me to be involved in, that's fine too. Okay, that brings me the phrase, rejection is the God's protection, right? So if that's the case, if you're feeling like you can't collaborate with that person, you still get the go ahead, all right? You can still work on the thing that you're passionate about. You can still be involved. You can still collaborate with other people. You probably just need to leave this specific person alone, right? And maybe you think you need this person to go ahead with your plan, but you probably don't, okay? You can probably do your own thing, and you can probably make pretty good progress with it if you still have a passion and a drive to do something, you know, to do something, especially something that doesn't just benefit you, but benefits the collective. You should still definitely go for it. And maybe just talk to the other dejected person over here. And you know, it's not about bashing back. It's not about getting back at the person who dominated the conversation. It is really just about, you know, getting on with your own thing, which the Ace of Wands totally advises us to do. Okay, if the message is, yeah, you want to collaborate, but you can't collaborate with this person, then the Ace of Wands says, okay, so you don't get to collaborate with that person. Still you get to grab the baton and run with it. Okay, I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.